My name is Callie Reiners. This is for EDCI 310, and it is the Modern Fantasy Book Talk. And here are my 5 books. The first book I wrote about is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by Mr. C.S. Lewis. Mr. Lewis's real name is Clive Staples, who was born in 1898 in Belfast, Ireland, and sadly passed away in Oxford, England in 1963. He was a fellow and tutor in English literature at Oxford University. He did this until he was elected to the chair of medieval and Renaissance literature at Cambridge University. Mr. Lewis has wrote many books, more than 30 books. The Chronicles of Narnia books have over 100 million copies sold and have become major motion pictures. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is about 4 children, Lucy, Edmund, Susan, and Peter, who go off into a wardrobe and enter into a magical place. This place is called Narnia. Here they encounter many people, some good, like Aslan, the great lion, others not so good, like the queen. There are 7 books in the Narnia series. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the 2nd book of the series. Again, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by Mr. C.S. Lewis. The next book I'm going to talk about is A Wrinkle in Time by Miss Madeline Leong. Madeline was born on November 29th in 1918 in New York City. Like many school-age children, she didn't like doing her homework. She'd rather write instead. She went to Smith College and studied English. She graduated with honors. During the first 2 years after graduation, she published her first 2 books. Madeline wrote over 60 books. Her untimely death came in 2007 when she was 89 years old. A Wrinkle in Time has won some awards, including the John Newbery Medal. Miss Leong herself has won many honors. A Wrinkle in Time is about 3 children, Meg and Charles Wallace Murray and Calvin O'Keefe. They go off and they are met by a strange but interesting lady named Miss Whatsit. And Miss Whatsit also has friends, Miss Who and Miss Witch. They go off to different planets in search of Meg and Charles Wallace's father. But while they're searching for him, they encounter some trouble. Again, that is A Wrinkle in Time by Miss Madeline Leong. My next novel is Evermore by Miss Allison Noel. Allison Noel was born in Orange County, California on December 3rd. She has over 21 novels written. She was chosen as one of Orange County's Metro Magazine's 20 women to watch. She has countless honors and awards. Evermore is about a girl who survives a tragic car accident that kills both parents and her sister. She is forced to go live with her aunt. The accident causes her to be able to see people's auras and hear their thoughts as well, which some people might think that's a curse. But it also helps her see her sister as well, who had passed away in the accident. And this girl's name is Ever. She is able to see people's auras, that is, until she meets Damien Augustin. After she meets him, he takes the thoughts away and turns the auras colorless to where she doesn't see them anymore. Evermore is the first is the first book in the Immortal series. Again, that is Evermore by Miss Allison Noel. The next book is Charlotte's Web by Mr. E.B. White. Mr. White was born in Mount Vernon, New York. He graduated in 1921 from Cornell University. About 6 years later, he joined the staff of the New Yorker magazine. He has wrote over 17 books of prose and poetry. He writes for all ages, children and adults. In 1973, he was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Ironically, he found it very difficult to write. He has won many awards, including the 1971 National Medal for Literature. Sadly, Mr. White passed on October 1st of 1985. Mr. White was asked how he came up with Charlotte's Web. He answered, "I had been watching a big gray spider at her work and was impressed by how clever she was at weaving. Gradually, I worked the spider into the story that you all know, a story of friendship and salvation on a farm." Charlotte's Web is about a pig named Wilbur that befriends a spider who saves his life. Wilbur was the runt of the litter, and Fern, the little girl that lived on the farm, begged her father to keep Wilbur so that she can nurse him back to health. Well, her father lets her, and she nurses him, and he becomes a big pig. Since this happened, Wilbur was moved to Zuckerman Farm and being fed very well. But he was being fed for one reason and one reason only. Charlotte and Wilbur are determined to ruin Mr. Zuckerman's plans. That is, again, Charlotte's Web by Mr. E.B. White. My last novel I will talk about is Twilight by Miss Stephenie Meyers. Stephenie Meyers graduated from Brigham Young University with a bachelor's degree in English. She lives in Phoenix, Arizona with her husband and 3 sons. After she released Twilight in 2005, she was referenced as one of the most promising new authors of that year. She states that her life made a dramatic change after a dream that she had on June 2nd of 2003. It took her only 3 months to finish Twilight. Twilight is about Bella Swan, who moves to Forks to live with her father, Charlie. She becomes friends with many of the high school students that live there, but also befriends the family that many described as strange, reclusive, off to themselves. This family is the Cullens. The Cullens have a secret, and Bella finds out about it. And they are worried. Some of them are worried that she will go and tell everyone about their secret. But some of them trust her and know that she won't. Bella starts dating Edward, who is one of the Cullens' boys. Twilight has had many praises, including a Teen People Hot List pick and a Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year. Twilight has been translated into 20 languages. Twilight is the first book of the Twilight Saga, followed by second book, New Moon, third, Eclipse, fourth, Breaking Dawn. All 4 books have been turned into major motion pictures, with Breaking Dawn being into 2 parts. Again, this is Twilight by Miss Stephenie Meyers. I hope you enjoyed my book talk.